So it's so good to see all of you again for this third installment of our series. And this is the Journey Within series that we are going to be doing. So welcome to all of you once again. If you're here after the previous 21-day program, but if you are new for the or if you're a beginner and would like help for that level, please send a message to our help desk on the chat, and we will assign you to a breakout room towards the end of the session, because we are also going to be having a workshop day today, which for those of you who are familiar with, simply means that you will be in a breakout room in a small group with a Sahaj Yogi, and you can work on your subtle system, on your vibrations, and just share what your experiences have been with meditating for this past week. Um, you've probably done meditation with your mentors, you did it by yourself probably, how things have been going. We would love to hear all that from you in the breakout room when we begin the workshop. So before that, we'd just like to go over the schedule for today and the whole series. So we are going to be looking at inner peace and world peace today, meditating on that. And our schedule for this series, this session, is going to be 8:45 p.m. New York time, um, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And we also have a list of other online meditations, but we will talk more about it towards the end. So without further ado, let us proceed with our foot soak today. And we have our wonderful Sudeep Hegde here to lead us. So Sudeep, welcome. And the floor is all yours. And I'll see you all towards the end of the session. Bye.
Thank you, Vivek. Hello, everybody. It's wonderful to be back meditating with you all and seeing you all. And again, I think most of you are all back here. So this is wonderful. And I hope you've all been keeping well and had some time to reflect on the previous series. And it's wonderful to see you all back and looking forward to keep growing. And I guess that feeling of connectedness between all of us has already set in. So sure this feeling is mutual. So we'll start with the foot soak. I hope you have your foot soak buckets ready. I'm just going to put some salt in mine. Right, let's sit comfortably on a chair. Keep our back straight. Keep our hands open on our lap. Let's close our eyes and keep our attention. Bring our attention inward. Let's become aware of how we're feeling on our hands, on top of our head. In fact, we can just bring the right hand a few inches over the head, as we always do, to see how we are feeling at the moment. check with the left hand as well. You will start by raising the Kundalini 3 times. So once again, the left hand in front of the abdomen, and it just comes up straight. The right hand is behind it, and you move it in this fashion, rotating around the left hand. You bring it up and tie a knot over the head. So this symbolizes raising the Kundalini along the central channel and establishing it over the Sahasrara. So we'll do this 2 more times. Let's slowly move our hands, guiding our attention, guiding the energy, bring it over the head and tying 2 knots the second time. The third. Three knots. Now we'll balance all the chakras, the 7 chakras, by bringing the energy of the left to the right and the right to the left. So bring the right hand near the left hip, raise the energy of the left side, arch it over the head, bring it all the way down to the right, and retrace this path, raise the energy of the right, bring it down to the left. Do this 6 more times. Let's do nice and slow hand motions. Enjoying this process. Right now, we can vibrate the water and salt by moving the right hand in a clockwise direction. Let's keep our attention at the top of the head so that the energy starts to flow. So let's just move the right hand around over the water. Now we can put both the feet inside. You place the right hand towards the earth. Let it just hang by your side. And let's feel a connection with Mother Earth. Oh Mother, please absorb all the negativities and imbalances from my left energy channel, from the Ida Nadi, which is the channel of the past, the subconscious, of emotions and desires. Please take away any impurities. Please awaken the pure desire in me. Please awaken that pure, innocent joy of the spirit. Please awaken that innocence that is innate in all of us, that never goes away, is a part of us. Let it just shine through. Let it shine through our awareness. Notice the change that you feel on your left hand as this clearing process happens. Perhaps some initial tingling or heaviness has gone away or reduced. There is an increased flow or coolness on the left hand. Any of this is an indication that the left channel is cleared out, is clearing out. So we'll bring the right hand back on our lap, raise the left towards the sky, and appeal to the sky, the ether, the air, to please take away all the heat from my right channel. All the excess heat that is created because of mental and physical activity. All thinking. Let it be released from my system. I surrender the fruits of my action to the Almighty. I let go of the feeling of being the doer. I do nothing. It is you, O Divine, who is doing everything. So let me be free from this identification. Let me feel that peace of the Spirit. Let my attention be soothed. Notice the change on the right hand. Perhaps lighter, cooler, less of any tingling. Bring the left hand down. Let's place the right hand on the left side of the heart. Just affirm, I am not this body, I am not this ego, I am not any of these conditionings or other identities. I am that absolute truth. I am that unconditional bliss and peace. Sat Chit Ananda. I am that. Awareness. Let's place the right hand across the forehead. Bring the head down. Push the temples, press a little bit on both sides. And say, I forgive. I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. I forgive my past. I forgive every thought. Just surrender. Now let's place the right hand on the head on the top. Press down with the center of the palm. Stretch your fingers out. Let's bend our head. Massage. Just move the hand, right, rotating clockwise. Front to the scalp, to the right, to the back, to the left, back to the front. Let my connection be established. Let my connection be strengthened. Let my state of self-realization be deepened. Let me be one with the all. Just say this silently within. Bring your hand down. Keep your attention at the top of the head. again, we can bring the right hand a few inches over the head and see how you're feeling. Notice if it feels any different from when you checked in the beginning. And always take your hand higher and see how far you're able to feel the flow of this mother Kundalini. Check with the other hand as well. We can bring our hands down, slowly open our eyes. We can rinse off our feet one by one. Come out of the water. Set the tub aside. Let's just sit down now with our eyes closed, hands open. Hopefully, we're all feeling a little calmer, a little peaceful, a little more peaceful. And that our awareness is subtle now. We are able to feel the state of our vibrations on our hands and over our head. We have previously talked about the concept of bandhans. We have given bandhans to our chakras by moving the right hand around the chakra. For example, if you felt a tingling on the index finger on the left or the right hand, that relates to the fifth center, the Vishuddhi chakra. So we will give a bandhan by moving the hand clockwise around that chakra, in front of the chakra. So you can always now do this to yourself, depending on what catches you feel, what fingers are tingling or feeling warm. You can give a bandhan to that corresponding chakra. We have also done bandhans for any personal issues. So just as a recap, the other type of bandhan is to write any issue that we are feeling or any worry. Just write it with your right hand finger on your left palm and just do a bandhan around it, move your hand in the clockwise direction. So that way the attention is on that issue, and then you let go. You let the divine vibrations take over and manage the issue. So these are at least two kinds of bandhans that we've talked about previously. Now, just extending that, I want to say that we can give a bandhan in a similar way to issues that are being faced globally. So today we will do a few bandhans for some global issues. These are things that are kind of on everybody's attention in recent times, and also represent our collective desire here. So the first bandhan that we will give is for peace all over the world. So let's just write on a hand, world peace or peace all over the world. And now let's give a bandhan to this. As we do this, let's keep our attention on our Sahasrara at the top of our head. We are putting our attention on need, the desire for peace, the sense of peace to permeate the hearts and minds of all the people in this world. Across countries, societies, various levels of leadership. Let that true sense of peace permeate through the hearts and minds of people all over the world. Okay, now we'll do another bandhan for, we can write on our hands, the protection of the innocence of children all over the world. The protection of innocence of children all over the world. And we'll do the bandhan. Let children all over the world be protected, be safe, and let their innocence be protected. Keep our attention at the top of our head. We'll do one more bandhan. So we can write, let the state of self-realization reach or spread throughout the world. Let the state of self-realization spread throughout the world. And let's give a bandhan. keeping our attention meditative at the top of our head. Detaching ourselves from all thought. This is really an expression of a pure desire that this state reaches all the peoples of the world, that humanity comes into this new realm of consciousness. As a world full of realized souls. We can bring our hands back on our lap, close our eyes. This meditative state, we will now listen to a talk by Shri Mataji that was given at the United Nations in 1990. So let's listen.
You will be amazed. Because when this Kundalini rises, she touches that all pervading vital power, and you are blessed with all your physical, mental, emotional upliftment. Not only that, but complete nourishment. Because this little point was left out, we are suffering. Ecological problems can be solved very easily if you get into your balances. For example, we use machines or anything, we go to extremes. We have no balance. Actually, the mental projection is a linear movement. But if it has no support with the reality, it recoils back on you. Even science. Science, of course, we must say that science has done a lot of harm in a way because it has produced atomic bombs and all that. But also, the science also tells us this is wrong. We are going too far with it. We should stop. But we don't pay any heed to it. This is our own mistake, that we have to understand that there is a kind of a balance which is needed in our own lives, in our own temperament, in our own being. But supposing if you force yourself, you cannot do it. If you tell yourself, no, 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 you must be balanced, you should have balanced food, you should have balanced life, you cannot. Because as at the human awareness, you cannot. But once you become the spirit, it automatically works out. Now in this diagram you'll see there are 3 channels which are shown, and also there are centers which are shown here, which are 7 in number. Now the centers are something like this, I would say, and this is the left and the right side, 2 sympathetic nervous system. And in the center is the parasympathetic nervous system. Doctors call it as an autonomous nervous system. But who is the auto? And who controls the auto? And how to reach the auto is the problem. Supposing you have a tree very much grown, you must know it has to have roots down below. And if it has not got those roots developed, it's about to fall off. So, this is the knowledge of the roots. And as scientists, you must have an open mind about it. Absolutely an open mind. Take it as a hypothesis. And if it works, as honest people, you have to accept. For example, my husband always said that you are a saint. I know, you are an awliya. He used to say that. But I can't believe you can make anybody like you. It's a different thing, it's a different category. But these days, these categories are born. So many are seeking the truth. Never in the history of spirituality you had so many people who were seeking the truth. They are misled, I know, and they are used, exploited, agreed. But there are seekers. So I call it a blossom time. This is a special time when this has to happen. But people have to have seriousness about it. I mean, in the society that I move, as you know, there's another society also I have, in which I find people talking like this. This guru is very good, he's expensive but very good. And the one gave some bargains and another has lowered some prices. If you are going to judge your guru by how much money he takes or how much you can save, then it's such a money-oriented nonsense. It cannot be anything divine. Divine doesn't understand money. Never. So once you understand this simple point, you'll be able to reach the truth very easily, that if you have to seek the truth, it's a living process within you which has to work it out. And when it works out, then only you can feel that beautiful surrounding, all-pervading power about which all the religions have described. Now, if you go even to religions which have only talked of the formless God, or some who have talked of the form, there's one common point they have said. Seek the eternal. All of them have said, seek the eternal and use the temporary with all understanding in its own limitations. But you can't do it. That's the trouble. We just can't keep ourselves into those limitations. If we take to drinking, we become drunkards. If we take to work, we become work alcoholics. If you take to anything, we go to extremes. Only thing that really gives us the complete balance is the spirit. Now how? Because spirit is like the light. Supposing you are holding a snake in your hand, and if somebody tells you you are holding a snake in your hand and it's all darkness, then one may say, no, it's not, it's a rope. How can you argue? Till the snake bites the person, he is not going to leave the snake. Best thing is to put on the light. And in that light, he can see and he can throw away the snake. This is how today's Sahaja Yoga is working. Sahaja means born with you is the right to be united with this divine power. Yoga doesn't mean standing on your heads, or it doesn't mean breaking your knees. It doesn't mean that at all. If you see Patanjali Yoga, then in the Patanjali, he has written it into 8 ashtangas, into 8 folds, out of which Yama Niyama is a wee bit, out of which the exercise is even much a smaller percentage. Also, it is said very clearly that when your Kundalini rises, then you must do this center, or this center is being augmented, constricted, then you have to use a particular type of an exercise. Patanjali Yoga is such a big book. But those people who just make it a physical one do not understand that we are not only physical beings. If we were only physical being, I get many wrestlers coming to me to say that, Mother, we have no peace. Will you give us peace? We are much more than physical being. We are physical being, we are mental being, we are emotional being, above all we are spiritual being. And that spiritual being has to manifest. That manifestation has to take place in our awareness. People talk of spirituality here and there. It's a serious thing one has to understand. If United Nations has to express itself in reality, then I would say the people of United Nations must get their self-realization first. And then they can understand what they are, how great they are, how glorious they are, the so many ways and so many powers they have which they can use. And this is the power of love which we have never used. Actually, when you read about United Nations, you think it is conceived as a thing that works on the power of love. But where is that power of love? That is this all pervading power. You become extremely dynamic, extremely active, extremely sensible, wise, but above all, extremely compassionate.
So let us continue to be in that state of meditation and just close our eyes for a minute or so. All right. So we will um, shortly start with the workshop. So, but before that, I would like to go over some announcements. So firstly, again, if you are a beginner, if you have, if this is your first night here, let us know in the chat, and we can send a message to our help desk, and someone will assign you to a separate breakout room to help you catch up with all the information and materials. Um, so we have our new schedule, which is Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So it's only 3 times a week. It's not a daily session, but it's going to be at the same time, which is at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time or New York time. Now, as a supplement to this course, we also have a list of other online meditations during the week on other days and times. So if we could pull up the spreadsheet on our screen here, and our tech team will send you the link to this spreadsheet also. So you go to this website and click on this here. Um, so the top 3 cells that you see, thank you for zooming in. So the top 3 rows that we have are for our journey within, right? The Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And you see the meeting link and the website as well on columns E and F. So those are the ones that we will be doing, and we encourage you to attend these primarily, um, mainly because we would like to have you here. The other sessions are more of like a supplement, like on other days, if you would like to meditate, if you would like to join an online meditation. Um, the timings and the days are listed, as well as the meeting links and the relevant website. So all these times are in Eastern time. So for example, you see that we have Monday morning, 7:15 a.m. So those are almost daily morning meditations. So you can attend those if you would like. We also have evening foot soaks on the days that we don't have our journey within. Um, we have our journey within on Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, but the foot soak is going to be on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And it's going to be at the same time, 8:45 p.m., the same Zoom link, but only for half an hour. So on the days that we don't have our journey within, you can still come on the same Zoom link at 8:45 to just do a foot soak. And obviously, other sessions like on Saturday and Wednesday and Thursday are also listed there, which you can join according to your convenience. But I would just like to stress that there is a chance that you might want to get involved with everything possible, and that's good in a way, but don't miss out on the journey within because of that. It's possible that there's too much meditation going on. So make sure that the journey within is your main goal, and if you have the time to do the other things, then do those. All right, so that is this part of our announcements. Now, we also would highly recommend again, if you still haven't got a mentor yet, please fill out the survey form. The link will also be sent on the chat, and we will assign a mentor to you. I would suggest that you please get in touch with your mentor, and you don't have to um, talk a lot like about the knowledge part, although you can. You could also just meditate if you are just if you're feeling low one day or like super restless or something like that, and you just want to balance and have someone else, because when you do a collective meditation, even if the collective is just one other person, it helps a lot. So please do get in touch with your mentor, ask them questions you have, ask them for their help and knowledge and advice, and they will be more than happy to help you with all of those. And obviously, we have our website where we also have all our handouts, all the recordings of these sessions. So apart from the actual workshop, like the breakout rooms, everything is usually recorded. So it's a good way of going back to these recordings and catching up on things that you've missed or things that you would like to revise, or just listen to the music, because we've had in the past a whole array of very talented musicians who have generously volunteered their time and talent for us to enable us to go deeper in our meditative experience. So make use of these resources. Now, if you speak Spanish and would like to join a room where there are Spanish speakers, uh, please send a message to our help desk, and someone will assign you to one of these Spanish breakout rooms. Okay, so I think today is workshop day. I've been informed that our breakout rooms are ready. So you will be assigned to a breakout room automatically. You don't have to do anything. So just sit back and wait till you go to your breakout room. And you can, because you will be in a small group, you can ask any questions you have. You will mainly be working on your vibrations, on the state of your subtle system. So please do join that. If you are watching us on YouTube, um, please do join the Zoom, because we won't be broadcasting the breakout rooms on YouTube. So join our Zoom link. which will be posted in the YouTube chat as well. And do join us on Zoom right now as you're watching. And we will assign you to a breakout room where you can actually do the workshop thing. Okay, so we'll just sit back and wait for our wonderful tech team to do its magic. And I'll see you all on Tuesday. So the next session is on Tuesday. And please do make it to that session as well. 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time, the same Zoom link.
Thank you.